How is everyone? Let me check to all messages. Wow. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Annette. Hello, Tammy. I'm going to be chatty. My hands, oh, I'm not going to be chatty. My hands are busy working away on binding. That's no problem. Annette says hi to everyone, same as Nancy. I just got home and it is hot up here. Very, very hot. So I've got myself into a little bit of a pickle. Yes. I don't know if you recall, I actually had opened this up and shown this Anne of Green Gables fat quarter bundle that I had bought a while back. And I bought it and I couldn't remember why I bought it. And then I started using it on something. And I had bought it for the pressed flowers sew along by Fat Quarter Shop. Of course, I remember that after I chopped it all up for this quilt. But I love it. I mean, you know, whatever. It's great. But this is my pickle. I started making this thinking I had everything and I was short. I was helping, doing a pass it forward for someone and testing this out. And so I don't know if any of you all have any of this fabric that I'm looking for, but if you do, I would be so, so, so grateful if you can send me any of your scraps. So I have a bunch. Let me read off also. Roxanne's here. Hello. Patrice is here. Hello, Magda. Hello, Regina. Hello, Sewing on the Bluff. Hello, Pretty in Purple. Thank you. Hi, Donnell. So on here so far we have, I don't know, Sewing on the Bluff. Are you a channel? And Donnell Stitchery, I know, is a channel. So go check her out, as well as Deb, the Pug Mama Quilter. She's on. So hello. So Andrea, one of my subscribers, and I'm sure you've seen this, both Debbie from In Quilt Effect and Donnell from Donnell Stitchery worked on this Daystar. So Andrea and I have been incommunicado here for about a week, and today we really were incommunicado. I am passing it forward to her of actually like editing and reading through her pattern and seeing what's up. And so, hi, Tessa. So I started doing this, and Donnell was a test. Let's see, we have people who've made it. Donnell, Ruth, and Mary, and Debbie. They all did the 2.5 inch and the 3 inch. So I did the 5 inch. I love her pattern. Yes, I did the 5 inch. And I did it in the Anne of Green Gables, and it was great. But over here, and it's big because I did the 5. Over here, you'll see a big spot. I need 14. If I don't sew anything, make a 9 patch, and I just leave it solid. I need a 14-inch patch in 4 different spots. So I need a 14 patch there, 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 or there. Or I need an assortment of scraps that are background scraps from this line, from this line here. So I don't need much. If I use just one solid piece of background here, it would be 1 yard is what I figured, and I'd have leftover. And that's what I figured. Now I could do scraps and cut it up for the background and then make the 9 patch and stick it there. So I'm in the process of figuring that out. Hi, Yesenia. Hi, Katie. So if anyone has sewn with this and you have scraps and your scraps are the background, which is this, contact me at pastryqueen13@gmail.com, please. Because I just texted Lynn too to see if she had any of this in her store. If not, I'll buy it through Etsy. I just don't need that much. I really could do with scraps of this size. As a matter of fact, look at this, because I was so short. I franken, because I had like a 2.5 inch piece, so I franken did these, but then I ran out of that, so I couldn't do that anymore. I'm loving it. And so that's where I'm at. I don't know if you could really, I need to like, I wish I could zoom you out. Let me move this and so you could get big view. And I will go through this pattern with you. She doesn't have it up yet. She's going to send me the link. We tweaked it a little, and once she gets it all edited and done, we will come back on a live and we will make this. And hopefully by then I will have enough fabric that I can either find or someone sends me of scraps. If not, I will find it and I will purchase. I'm hoping to get like this one here, which is called stems. I don't know why it's called the stems. So we will revisit this because I know I said I was going to work on this all together. Happy Monday. Love your shirt. Thank you, Roxanne. And frank and peace frequently. Yes, so do I, because fabric is expensive and I use every last bit of it. So, and that's what I did with this. So that's this. This is what I was working on. This is what I was hoping to work with you guys on. And we will. We're going to do this together and as you can see, in patches here. And but I'm going to take this down because why we're really here, other than that, I'm looking for background scraps. I tried to put a solid, like, you know, Riley Blake white. So I think it's, I don't know, that color that would match the background, and it looked odd. So that was not, you know how I like to make do. I could not make do. That just did not look right. All right, so I have that. That will be a future thing. I'm excited. I'm excited for Andrea. And it went together really easy. And it's going to be a great passive forward quilt for anyone who wants to make it. Love your skirt. Thank you. And Joydy's here, so hello. So this is actually a reversible skirt. This is the other side, and they are made, it's an upcycled product, and they are made from silk saris from India. I did not make it. I do not make clothes, but I did buy it. So we're here. Oh, another housekeeping thing. Week 4 of the Laundry Basket Quilt Mystery Clue came up today. So check that out if you're doing it. I'm not doing tutorials on that. Edita Sitar is, but I am making it. So we're really here for this right here. And this is a pattern. It's $2. That's what Lynn said to me on the live. Their $2 pattern. This is what we're working with. I think I scared some of you all because the comment says, oh, that sounds too difficult. It really isn't. It's just, it took me off guard. I got, you know, a message telling me like they couldn't figure out how to organize their pieces and they wanted to get organized. And I'm thinking it's a Villa Rosa pattern. And then I started reading it because I actually didn't read it. And it's like, it's not tricky. It's just you got to be organized and you got to understand the organization. So here we go. The teacher in me is coming out right now. We're working on, I don't have a blackboard, so we're going to have to make do. Hi, Mirta. I bought it. Regina bought it. Okay. So this is what we're going to work on. When you look at the back, it does look like a little bit of a hot mess. I totally agree. So you're going to start out with your accent yardage, which according to this is on here. And I cut those squares out. And then I have the jelly roll, which I've shown you before. Now, I already did this in my book, but I'm going to show you here how I did it in my book. Because I can't show you the pieces, right? Because, you know, I can't show you the measurements because it's not my pattern. So what I did is, if you look at this and you number how many rows on here, it tells you how many rows are here. So we're going to pretend that this has, I don't know, let's see what my paper does. So I'm going to take paper, and this is what I'm going to do to get myself organized. You have to be very organized to do this. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. There's not 15 rows. There's a lot more than that. But we're going to pretend that there's 15 rows here, okay? So you're going to take your pattern, you're going to take your notebook paper, and you are going to, here we go, and you are going to, mine took 2 sheets. You see, you're going to number, just like that. Then you're going to come here in your pattern, and it's going to say, rows 1, it's going to say rows 1, and this doesn't say this, 1, 8, 16, and 24, let's just say. That's not what this says. And it says you're going to cut on row 1, you're going to do 2.5, 6.5, and 4.5. These are not the measurements. I'm just using something. You're just going to follow and read across. And then when you read across, it's going to tell you that you need to do this measurement in 3 different rows, let's say. So it's going to say, let's say, row 2. And you're going to go like this. Right? And then let's say they say row 1, 6, and 12. These are the measurements. So this is the way I organize myself, because it is a little bit of a thing. Okay. Then once you've done that, you're going to go to the next, the next direction. Now it says row 2. These are the measurements for row 2. I don't know. I'm just making these up. 12. Okay. And now it's saying row 2, row 7. Now these are the measurements in row 13, okay? So it's going to tell you, it's very clear. You're going to go through each row and then write the measurements across. Then, just when you think you're done, you're not. Can you see that? Do I need to pull that closer? Let's see, Mirta, the pattern looks complicated. It's not, Linda. Actually, once you do this, you can probably make this quilt, I'm not joking, probably in 2 or 3 hours. The crazy thing was taking these directions and then putting it in a way that makes sense to you. So for me, the way that makes sense to me was I had to put in notebook paper and line up the rows, because it tells you exactly what each row, the measurements are. Then the next thing you have to do is you're adding, if you look at this, you're adding the accent piece. Well, what you do is they highlighted on this card, they highlighted where you put the accent piece, and they tell you it's going to go on the whatever. They'll say either the left side or the right side. I will say all these triangles go on one side of the strip. So you don't have to worry about right or left. They're all going to the same side. But what you do need to know is which measurement the triangle's going on. And on this card, it's highlighted. So then you would either circle it, or what I did was I used highlighter. I just used yellow highlighter and I highlighted it. But let's say you don't have a highlighter, you're going to just circle this. Okay? All the way, and it'll tell you where. So once you've got each row with their measurements and you have it either highlighted or circled, now you know this 2.5-inch piece is going to stay that way. But this 6.5-inch piece is going to need an accent piece, and so is the 4.5. Again, these are not the measurements. I don't want anybody to try to start making this because it's not going to work. Then, once you've done that, you're done. So once you've filled out your paper of all the rows with all the measurements, now the next step comes. So we have this, that's step 1. We're going to do that. That's step 1. Step 2 is now we're going to have to take our jelly roll and use that to organize it. I hope this is making sense to some of you. Tessa says it's making sense now. Hi, Aisha. Aisha has also a channel. Go visit her. Hi, Rhonda. The Crafty Life Rebecca, she has a channel. She just put up a video eating. I love that, Rebecca. She was sitting there eating her Puerto Rican treats in front of us. Oh, that was great. Love the skirt and dress. Thank you. Yes, everybody hit the like button. Oh, please do. So now this is a jelly roll. I pulled off the tag. Now you can cut your own, but with this here, I will say, I decided, well, this was my one jelly roll anyway, that I was going to use it because it's going to be the easiest. So I unroll it carefully. And this is what I decided to do. I decided to leave it the way it is. Now my accent piece is white. So you only need, you don't need all 42 pieces. So I'm not going to put these white ones. So we're going to put this jelly roll down, and I can't put it down so that you can't see it. What's the name of the pattern? The name of the pattern is icing. I'm telling you, the hardest part is just figuring out this paper, taking their measurements, putting it onto paper, and then putting the fabric where it needs to go. So I've taken this out, and what I'm going to do is, on this jelly roll, I have 2 of the same ones. And if you look on the pattern very carefully, the top row and the bottom row are the same fabric. So I know now that this here, and here I go, this here is going to be my first row. And then now I know that this one here is going to be my last row. But get this, I have these numbered pins that has little numbers on there, but it only goes to 20. And there's a lot more rows than that. So that's my first row. I'm going to use my little permanent marker here. And I don't think it's a big secret. I don't think I'm telling you anything like earth-shattering. So this is number 30. So I'm going to put that over here. So this is the way I'm going to move this down. I'm out of the zone here. Let me put myself back. So we have row 1 is here, row 30 is there. I'm going to go to the next one. Here's the next 2. I'm going to take 2, my 2 pin, and put 2 on here. Now, of course, I would put it on the table and put the pin through, but just for you. So now I know that this has to be 29. So I'm going to just take a 2 and a 9 because I didn't have this, there's no 0 button. So I know that this is 29, so that's going to come here. There we go. And now I'm going to grab the next 2. And that's going to be, right, 3. And then this is going to be 28. Oh, I'm going to run out of numbers. So, you know what? I might have to take paper. Might have to take paper and just write numbers and then pin the numbers, or use, you can also use clips like this to pin your number on. All right, so now I go to the next one, and they want to throw me a curveball because there's only one of this. Now, I have yardage of this, so we're going to put this aside, though, because I don't want you guys to get confused. So we're going to pull that aside because there's only one. Now, if you happen to have yardage, then you could make that number 4. But the next one is these next 2. So this one's going to be 4. This strip, and this strip is going to be 27. Okay, what is this? But at least I'm using these. I got these for in the advent calendar. So there we go, 27. Now I come and they're going to throw me another curveball, which is a separate one. We're just gonna deal with that. You know how we're gonna deal with that? We're gonna deal with that because I'm gonna need it. So I'm now gonna take the single and single, and I'm just gonna go with it because we have to use it somewhere, right? So now I'm going to put 5 there, and we'll make this 28. So let me get a 2 and an 8. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up the next 2 right here, and that's going to be 6. Sorry, there's nothing exciting about this. Right now, I'm just trying to work you through this. This is like one of those patterns I really feel that a class would be better, like an actual like quilting class where we're all in the same room. Hi, Debbie. Love your outfit. Miss Leanna, so happy and cheery. Thank you. And I'm using the jelly roll you gave me. So we have 5, and then we're having 6, and this is 27. I'm probably going to be running out of, well, let me get a 7. Okay, so we're going to get a 27 because there's 20s here. Okay. 20. Oh, look, I have 28. I got to find a 7. Let's see. Where is a 7? Let me pull out my 20s. And a 7 is over here. Okay. These pins. Okay, so we have 20. That says 20 and 7 right there. So now we're going to 7. And they're going to throw me a curveball again where I have a single. We're just going to put that aside. And we're going to call this 26, then 25. Exactly. You get my point. 20, yeah, 26. And then I'm going to show you what the next step is. So does everybody got that so far? You understand that you're going to do this to all your strips. You're going to figure out where you're at. Yes? Let me know. Tessa, anybody who's doing this with me, you all understand kind of where I'm going with this? Yes. Okay, good. So now let's pretend we had 7, 8, 9, go all the way through the numbers, okay? And I got to keep this just like this because I actually have to do that. And I don't want to get lost. So now, my suggestion is if you don't have these pins, and not that these pins are going to help you 100%, but definitely you could use your little clippers and a piece of paper and clip it. So now you've done your paper, which is down here. You've organized what row your strip is at. The next step is to take this paper and now start cutting. So now you would go row 1. I need a 2.5, a 6.5, and a 4.5. So you would take row 1, cut those measurements, clip them all together, and put it aside. Then you'd go to 2. You'd say, okay, row 2, I need this cut into 8.5, 3.5, and 12.5. Clip them and put them together. Make sure that you have it, that it says row 2. Once you've done all that, then you'll come back for another day, because I'm not going to do that now, because I haven't cut everything. So all I am doing right now for this sew along is showing you how I organize the paper with the measurements and the strips. Tonight, my homework will be to continue organizing my strips with numbers and then cutting them. And next time you'll see me, I'll have that all cut, and then we can move on to the next step. And then I think you'll see it'll go pretty quick from there. Hi, Mitzi. So that's one thing. Okay, so I have a lot of you on right now. I know for those who already been here, time to cut. Yes, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I am looking for anybody who has sewn with this Anne of Green Gables. And if you happen to have scraps laying around that are of the background, so this is the background. I'm talking about all the white background, any white background. I just need to make 5-inch squares with it, or four 14-inch squares, or I have to make 9, 18, 20, 36 5-inch squares of only background. Only if you have it, please contact me at pastryqueen13@gmail.com. If not, I will be on the search at the end of the week because I just don't have time to deal with that. There's too much going on. All right, so we've done that. We did the beginning of our icing. I showed you a future quilt along once she's ready. I've shown you that we are into week 4 of this laundry basket quilt. And now let me show you about the vintage stuff, which you've seen before. Oh, and let me show you the quilt. I actually at lunchtime came home because I was looking for something to make do, and I just couldn't find anything to make do for that quilt. Uh-oh. We lost light. Let there be light. That fabric is, which gorgeous? The Anne of Green Gables or this fabric? They're both gorgeous to me. I cannot believe I'm actually not short that much of this fabric. That's why I hate to have to order a whole yard because I don't need it a whole yard. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, my light went out. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I started quilting this, and in the back you can see I have the little ice creams, and being that this was called sherbet or something, that Natalie. So I started with this. I love your curtain. Thank you. Gorgeous, all fabric. Yes. Oh, my balance. Yes. Thank you so much. I made that during COVID. So I used pink thread just to kind of give it the same vibe as like there was pinks and peaches in here. And I really like it. And I just did loops. And I have about, right here, I ran out of bobbin. So I have to finish this row and then probably 2 more passes. And then this will be done, which is fabulous. I'm excited about that. Then the next thing I'm going to show you that I've been working on, and I kind of showed you a little bit of this while I was camping, is I've been working on, where are they? Here they are. I've been working on these, and these are those antique blocks. This is the way they were given to me. Oh, this one. I'm in the middle of this one. So you see I have it pinned. I have it clipped here. And I have my needle there. And I drew a 1/4-inch line and I'm just sewing. And so the lady just never did the last ones. So I've been sewing that. So I have a bunch of these done. And then while I was up one night around 1:41 thinking about quilts for whatever reason, because it woke me up out of a sleep. That was what, Friday? I told you, hi, Siri. I hope I said that right. I watch Missouri Star Quilt Company, and Jenny was talking about what is this say? Sue Bonnet? Bonnet Sue Bonnet. I'm saying this. I know I'm butchering it. Bonnet Sue? Come on, guys. Help me out. Something Sue Bonnet. Well, I have 5. So here is 1, 2. Sunbonnet Sue. That's it. Sunbonnet Sue. Yes. Thank you, Annette. So I have 5 of those. And they were all with like a quilting background, and they had like fleece, not fleece, but flannel inside. And I took off the flannel, and Shein, thank you. And so I have them back down, and I took some of this. I don't know what it's called. It's some kind of Pellon product that someone told me to buy for a t-shirt quilt that sits in the closet that I just ignore. And I had a bunch of this, so I decided that I was going to sew around it right here and fuse it to here, because this fabric is so old and it's getting a little worn. And fusible, yeah, it's fusible interface. I think it's Pellon. I don't know what the brand, like Pellon has numbers. I don't know what the number is. And so I have these, and I haven't done them all. I only have 5 of these. So I went ahead and I'm like, okay. And I'm really not familiar with appliquing, like well, I know how to do it. I think it's just too much work for me. So what I'm going to do is, Jenny had this whole thing with Sunbonnet Sue, and she took these and she made like flower blocks. They were super cute. If you hadn't seen it, it was great. It was inspiration for me. So hers had, I think, 8 or 10 of these. I only have 5. So we're going with these. I'm going to applique them on muslin, piece of muslin. And then instead of making those flowers that she made, I'm going to use these flowers. And I'm going to applique these on the block. And I think it's a 12.5-inch block that she did it with. So I'm going to put this on a 12.5 and this on a 12.5. And hopefully we're going to come up with something spectacular. So as you can see, I sewed a 1/4 inch all the way around. And these I did during my break, but I hadn't fused it down yet. This one has been fused down. Now, here's Regina. Leanna, I found 2 Etsy shops that are selling background fabric for $6 a half yard. That's going to be, yes. So that's why I'm gonna have to go on. Yeah, I'll break down and buy a yard. It's just if someone had scraps and they're not using the scraps. I hate for anything to go to waste. As you can see, as I'm over here doing someone else's UFOs. But anyway, so I'm going to put these together on muslin, figure out a cute little setting. So that's something I'm going to do. It's going to be small because I only have 5. So it's 5 of these girls and 4 of these. And it's going to hopefully look like something like Jenny had, except for it's going to have my flowers instead of hers. And then I have a whole big pile of flowers here. And there was a pattern. Let me see if I have it. Here it is. Okay, here it is. That I saw for inspiration. I think it was Laura. Laura has a channel, the sewing channel, maybe. You know, I'm so bad. I really need to get better at people's names. I just know she's Laura, and she comes up on my feed, and I'm subscribed. She actually made this pattern last week on her channel, and I said, wow, look at that. I know that's Dresden plates, but we're not going to Dresden plate that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take more of these that I have, and instead of a Dresden plate, I am going to put that and pluck it in there. Now, when I read this pattern, it is exactly a 12.5-inch block, and this fits on a 12.5-inch piece of muslin. So we're going to put this where there's the Dresden plates, and I'm going to make these the little leaves, and I think that's going to look cute. I mean, this was the inspiration. I saw this, and I think that it's going to look cute. I wanted to kind of modernize these because, honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to sew these with all those Y seams. There's not enough time in my day to do that. And now I'm running 2 or 3 well, 1 full-time job, 1 part-time job, and all the editing. So yeah, so we're gonna simplify, and that's what I had decided. So this is a free pattern, if you like this pattern, please, you can go to Benartex and download it and do whatever you want. Maybe you have some of these, but what do you think? What do you think about replacing the Dresden plates with these little flower garden? What are we thinking on that? Let's see, that's going to be awesome. Great. I just finished a quilt top of Sue bonnet for my daughter, about 20 blocks. I was thinking about making more blocks, but then there's just too many more quilts that I want to make. Yes, go for it. Okay, we're going to go for it. So, well, stay tuned for this. What I can't figure out is this uses a blue, navy blue background, which is actually really kind of cool. I like that. I just, you know what? I just don't have navy blue. I don't have any navy blue. So, you know, I was just going to go to my stash of muslin, you know, and just do the leaves with that. And I have a bin of 30s fabric. So that's not an issue. I've got plenty of green 30s fabric to match this for the leaves. But I'm still on what I'm going to do for the background. If I'm going to go purchase some blue, or if I'm going to use the white muslin. I don't even know if I even have any muslin. I have to look. I know I have enough to make that little wall hanging. Good idea. That would be beautiful. So there's all my thoughts of what my future holds for doing these. And then I have a pile of stuff, but we're not, I'm going to go take baby steps because there's a couple of more tops that I want to get quilted up so I can pass those off. I think that would be nice. Haven't seen Dresden plate in a white. Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm not even using Dresden plates. I'm going to use these. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to come up with. I do like that blue background. I'm really kind of toying with the idea of finding something that's cool and blue. Hi, Katie. Well, we have Katie on here. Everybody, please go. If you have not checked out Katie, she has a YouTube channel called Greenland Quilter. Check her out. She has fabulous guests all the time. I actually have to get caught up on her guests. She has a lot of special guests that I've been wanting to see. It's just my time has been crazy. Not only am I trying to quilt and get all this done here, I am trying to, thank you, Jamie. Who's Jamie? Is Jamie on here? Jamie, the quilting compound Jamie? Because that's the one I need to watch. She just had her on. Oops, that's all right. So, oh, I'm having my niece come this weekend. my niece is coming. This is the weekend. Would a black background work? I was thinking that, but you know, that's all right, Katie. It's Leanna, but that's all good. I know. That's no problem. I don't know. Maybe black would work. But I kind of like the idea of blue. I don't think I've ever done a blue background that looks like denim like that. You know, I think that would be cool. It just means that I need to do more homework. I need to go and look at the Anna Green Gables by the end of the week, and also the blue denim. Because I'm honestly, once I get off of here, I have a lot of cleaning to do because I'm always sewing. And my honey, he does like 90% of the housework. Well, when I having a 4-year-old now, he's never had children. I have to not baby proof, but you know, toddler proof my house. Hi, Gina. What's up? Well, you know what, Gina? Watch the replay at the beginning because you'll love it. You'll see some really neat things. So she's coming. We have a day. I have so much stuff planned. We're going to play with fabric and glue fabric onto things. Maybe we'll even like fuse fabric on things. Indulge would work. Well, indigo would work. Yes, indigo would work. Yes, indigo would work. Yeah, I have to figure out a blue background. I know I don't have anything that's blue or denim or indigo or anything like that. I think this pattern calls for, and honestly, I want to make the pattern bigger because it's a 72 by 72 and it is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I have probably 20 plus of these. So I'm just going to keep making until I get tired of making them. And it calls for 5 yards. So I'm thinking I'm going to need at least 6 or 7 yards if I want to make, that. Any case, let me go through. My stuff is going so fast. I love doing crafty things with kids. I do too. Wait till you see. I have bought so much. Well, I've had stuff. I gathered stuff. Rebecca, did you get my email about Art East Quilt Company? I don't know what that is, but maybe I need to look that up. You smashed the thumbs up like button to help Leanna out. Thank you. Tessa, have a good night. Thanks for the class today. It was helpful. You are welcome, Tessa. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night. So yes, so we have paints, we have watercolors. I have foamy things. I have googly eyes, you name it, I've got it. Lace, stickers. We're going to have a blast. We are going to camp upstairs. I don't know if we're going to set a little tent up or what we're going to do, but it's going to be fun. And what does this say? Art East is doing a Pooh and Friends quilt along. Oh, that sounds interesting. So I've got lots of plans. So, my week is going to be crazy. If you don't see me, it's because I am cleaning, like thoroughly cleaning, like making sure she can't get into anything. Today, once I get off, I'm going to go and do a run through of all kinds of like cleaning stuff because yes, we do clean. He cleans a lot. He loves to clean. He's cleaning the floors and everything, but there's, chemicals all around the house, spray chemicals and stuff. Well, I don't know if you want to call them chemicals. I don't know what to call them, but there's spray stuff. That with the new Riley Blake collection. I don't know what the new Riley Blake collection is. I guess I'll have to check that out. So I'll be doing that. And then the other thing I will be doing is opening this up with you guys right now. And this is my swap from my private group. There's a private group that I've been part of for a while. And this is the Civil War 10-inch squares. And so these two come from Canada. These took a long time too. She was worried because people weren't getting them. There was something up with the Canadian mail. So I don't really know a lot about Civil War fabric, so I couldn't tell you much about it myself. I'm trying to collect stuff. Every year I do it and I find a pattern that they say is Civil War era fabric and I swap and I do a quilt that is of that era. What do I have? Well, do you want to be a moderator, Rebecca? Shall I add you as a moderator? All right, sorry guys, I'm putting someone in timeout. I thought I was done with timeout for the day at school. Thank you. You're welcome, Enablers Anonymous. All right, I just timed him out. So here you go. I think I showed that. I just figured how to make people moderators. It just took me this long to realize that I figured it out by accident last week. Wow. Okay, this one comes from Texas. Hopefully I'm not cutting anything. Oh, I'm using the wrong scissors. That's right, I gave my son my... Oh, it's all right. All right, so this one here comes from Texas, and we have well, here. We have this one. And I think that I'm actually going to do the pattern that you just saw from the Ginger Quilter, because she wrote in the paperwork that that pattern happens to be a Civil War pattern. So I figured, hey, that's good. Maybe that's what I'll do with this. And then for the big pieces, I'll just have to take some out of my stash, which I have some. I'm reading. Sorry, guys, and trying to open. Troll. They are great fabrics. And I love it. Every year, these ladies always hit it out of the park. And I have 2 Civil War quilts that I've made with them. And they have been absolutely fantastic. And so here's that. And there's this one. I normally, though, try to find like a layer cake pattern. You know what? I just got someone sent me a Civil War era book, I believe. I should pull that out. Maybe there's something different. Since I just made that pattern, maybe I should find something different. And this one here comes from Iowa. You swap 10-inch squares. Yes, it's great. I swap 10-inch squares too. I've had some subscribers send me 10-inch squares, and then I send them back 10-inch squares that I just happen to have with no theme. If you put 2 squares in a regular envelope like this, it is 1 stamp. And then if you put 4 in an envelope like this, it's a 2-ounce stamp, or she put 2 stamps. And now we have these. This one came from California. Oh, look at that. This gives me Gone with the Wind vibes. Like, I don't know. This looks like something that would be in a skirt. It's pretty. And these here are from Connecticut. I really want to know what these are. I'm like, I don't know why. I'm so drawn to those. And then the last one is from Connecticut as well, from the same one. So in this swap, we can swap 2 squares or 4 squares. And normally we have a bigger group, but I don't know. We just didn't have a big group this time for it. Normally I'm opening like 20 envelopes. I asked them if I can open up this swap to you guys, and they're like, no, you're not inundating us with everybody. So they's like, nope, it's closed, unfortunately. The only one that is public, open to the public, is the one that I do with Lynn at her Facebook page, and I almost have all hers. And this month, this swap for June is Civil War fabrics. So if you go and you're interested, you go to her donate and swap on Facebook, and you send 2 fat quarters, and the theme is Civil War, so you'll get 2 fat quarters back. That's a little bit more expensive for mailing. Some people have had really big problems, and they've had to spend quite a bit to mail it, to the point that it wasn't worth it. I did do a demo on how to pack so that it is properly packed for a lot cheaper, and some people just haven't haven't had luck with it that way. Half the people have and half hasn't. So let me go back into comments here. Gina and Rebecca, yes, moderators are helpful. So what was that? Was that a yes or no from you, Rebecca? Gina, those are great fabrics. I have a book called Hobo Blocks, and those would look great with it. I don't know what that is, Gina. Send me a picture. Email me a picture. You swap 10-inch squares, yes. Where's the thumbs up button? I'm only seeing a thumbs down button. Is there another YouTube punishment for not having the money thingy going on your site? I don't know. I don't know. Strange things have been going on wacky on my site. I have to actually go back into memberships and figure something out here. Love those. Thank you. Yeah, those are really pretty. Thank you. Leanna, there's a book called The Underground Railroad, and those fabrics would work great with any of the blocks. Oh, okay. It's like a quilt book, right? I'm thinking. So the funny thing is I did some research, right? Our kids learned about it. I don't know, was it 2 or 3 years ago in second grade? And I did some research with them, and I made like little activity packets because the teacher wanted me to come up with something. And then this activity pack that I found on a PBS site or something, or some other organization, had like the pictures of certain blocks, and I made all those blocks and brought them in. And so when we did the activity pack, I read the information, and then I showed them the block and passed it around, and they loved it. They loved it. And I have all these blocks, and I wanted to put them together. I mean, they were using them as teaching tools. But I've never seen a quilt book about that. So that's cool. I can't see the thumbs up, Gina. Oh, I can see the thumbs up, Gina. Well, that's good. Maybe I already pushed the thumbs up. Well, that would be good. Mitzi, it depends on the post office worker. So Mitzi had a problem last month with the postage. Yeah, it's really is the post office worker. I do feel that way. Okay, I'll send you a picture. Yeah, because I don't know what the hobo thing is. And then Rebecca says, LOL, I don't mind doing it if I feel like I'm always miss your lives and I'm always late. That's okay. Mitzi, yes, it's a quilt book. Barbara, I'm going to say that's Brackman, right? Is a very good author. Okay. I see the thumbs up also. Okay, well, that's good that you see the thumbs up. That makes me feel a little better because like the other day, I tried to exit a live and it was refusing. It wouldn't let me exit my live. It was the wildest thing. And I'm noticing wild things happen. So I am going to go in there and see if I could put a 50-cent membership or something. I really don't know what I'm going to do. Honestly, it's I mean, can't we just be on here and enjoy each other? There's a lot of growing pains in the USPS right now. And the Underground Railroad is an Eleanor Burns Quilt in a Day book. Oh, maybe I have seen that, like in passing, now that I think about it. Maybe. I'm not sure. I know she has like a quilt series if you go onto YouTube, because I remember when I was researching stuff for the children, I came up with Eleanor Burns and the Underground Railroad and videos and stuff like that. And Mitzi says, some say, hi, it's a package, and some say it's a letter. I have 2 postal workers argue in the one office. Fortunately, the letter won. Well, that's good. And maybe you just need to go to a different post office. I don't know. My post office guy seems to be a little bit happy with me right now because he's seeing all this business come in. And so he used to be grumpy, and he's not grumpy anymore. Barbara Brackman did a lot of research and wrote a couple of books. Why is Nightbot? Why is Nightbot spamming you. Rebecca, it doesn't want you to be a moderator. It's saying nope. Well, watch this, Nightbot. What are you going to do now? I just put you as standard. Now he won't bother you. So I will look into that. I mean, in there, and you can't see, but in there, there was a publishing company that went out of business. Who was it? They just went out of business last year. Well, anyway, they had some crazy sale, and I bought all these mystery books, packets, and one of them is something about, I think, like old-timey blocks, I want to say. Wow, Gina. Rebecca got in trouble. Well, at least it's not Joy. Joy keeps getting herself in trouble. Leanna, we should do another collab. Yes, I would love to do that. As a matter of fact, I am right now in the process of wanting to do that. Martingale. That's it. Yes, Martingale. Martingale. So in the pile of Martingale thing, I think I got like 20 books for like a ridiculous price, like under $50. And I think there's something in there. Message. Well, oh, okay, Nancy, I missed it. It's okay. I have some of the fabric. What do you need, Leanna? Oh, you have some of the, I just need background. Wait. So this is what I'm working on, Andrea. This is Andrea's pattern, and I'm helping her out, actually. She did have people, people here made it on their channels. But she wants to publish it, and I'm doing a pass it forward to her. Let's get together and pre-plan. I will. Email me, Katie, please. I bought a bunch of books also from them. Yes. So this is the background fabric because I had a fat quarter bundle. So I either need 4 14-inch blocks or 14.5-inch blocks, because you figure by the time you mail, to clean them up, or I need 9 times 4, which is 36, right? 9, 18, 20. Yes, 36 assorted scrap pieces. But the scrap pieces that I'm cutting are 5-inch. Her pattern uses any increment size block, and the one I chose was 5-inch. So anything that's white, you see, Vera. So any white background. So it could be this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm not picky. I'm not picky at all. As you can see, look at, I Franken pieced these just to get these couple of blocks in. I am not shy to do that. Let's see. I am trying to sew right now to get a rainbow project out before I go see the grands. Well, that's great. That's really great. I need to put out my rainbow projects out. I have to change out my house. I was walking around it. I spend way too much time quilting, I think, and on YouTube, because I have shamrocks up, I have Easter up, I have Valentine's up. I think it's when I see a quilt and I was like, oh, I need to take that down, but I don't take them all down. And I was going around the house trying to tidy up for the niece, and I'm going to have to like put my patriotic and all my rainbow quilts and all my patriotic quilts up. And I'm going to have to do that this week. And Gina, oh, this is for Mitzi. My song list. But in any case, I am going to close this out. So, Katie, please email me. Vera, my email address is pastryqueen13@gmail.com. Let's talk. Let's see, what else? What else is up? I'm going to be cutting this. So if you're doing this quilt along with me, I don't even know where here it is. I feel like I'm such a person of organization. I feel like right now I am not organized. If you're working on this, your homework is I'm going to show you what your homework is again. One last time. I know in the Anne of Green Gables, I had some of the word fabric left over. I made 2 quilt tops of it. Wow. What is a rainbow quilt? I have no idea what her rainbow quilt is, but I did Pat Sloan did like a March challenge where you made one block every day in March, and they were like half square triangles, and it was a rainbow theme, so I just did that. So if you look up Pat Sloan's blog or online and write Pat Sloan's March pattern, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago. Did you decide if we can do a different villa? Well, I am doing this. And I went through all this, Gina, so you'll have to watch at the beginning case. But I will. I'll do another Villa Rosa. But I did promise everybody, so I did my homework. So your homework now is to put the amount of rows, read this carefully, go across and put in your measurements. Then you're going to circle or highlight the ones that need an accent piece. And then you're going to number all your strips. Then you're going to go in and cut your strips and pin them with the number so that you can start sewing when we come up next. That's cool. I am in a swap and it needs to be rainbow theme. Oh, okay. So Mitzi's in a swap and it's a rainbow theme swap. There you go. Well, you can do this all in rainbows. I mean, if you think about it, mine is going to be like rainbow-ish kind of colors. So that may be something you can do. My sewing machine is going into the spa while I go to Chicago. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, when my machine goes in the spa, I have like, I don't know, many backups because I can't be without a machine. But anyway, she's talking about the swap for Crystal Heart. Oh, go. Okay, so that's another channel. You guys can go visit Crystal Heart's channel as well. And she's having apparently a rainbow themed swap. I don't do that swap because as you can see, I have a lot going on. If Crystal was doing a fabric swap, that's easy for me. But trying to make projects and getting them out, because my community, I will have church members, I will have people who see me in the I don't know, in the grocery store, and if they know someone needs something, they tell me immediately. So I never want to keep I always want to keep myself open for those pass it forward quilts. So there we go. So everybody have a wonderful day. Please take care of yourself because you are all very important to all of us, and me in particular. I want everybody to be happy and healthy, and just enjoy. Pass it forward if you can, just say hi, a bye, whatever. Put a smile on someone's face. I'm hoping that everybody is passing it forward to you guys because you all need a smile on your face. It says I have a blue roll to do that pattern. Okay, there we go. It'll be gradient. That will be great. So that's so important. And on your way out, if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up button, I would absolutely love that. Please also subscribe, like, and share my channel. And one last thing, I'm going to throw one last thing on here. And just because I just remembered now, because we are at the over 2,000 mark, this is the book I'm giving away. I'll go back to the beginning and watch. Bye, everyone. Don't leave just yet. You see this? I need everyone, whoever's here or whoever's watching the replay, please write in once I get off. I have to get off of the live in order for you to comment because it doesn't pass these comments on to the other. So I need you, and I will mail this to you, Katie, right? Because it's just regular international postage. If you wear, if someone's on here and you are like from Canada, the United States, but it has to be international post. I'm not doing customs or anything that's going to be difficult. You have to know if you're where you're watching from, if they're going to be difficult with me, or my post office is going to give me a problem. I will pass this along. And the secret word, use it in a sentence because we don't want spammers to come in and wreck the day. Let's say Daystar. We'll use Daystar. What do you think? Or a star. Star. How about star? It doesn't have to be Daystar. It could be star. Let's use the word star. Yes, and Katie's, you can use regular USPS shipping, and it seems and And if it seems as expensive, I'm willing to do my part. Okay, so we have this. You have to be 18 or older. This is not affiliated with anything. Fabric Cafe didn't affiliate this. This is mine. I'm passing it forward to you. I'm going to pass you forward a new copy because this is my copy that they gave me. YouTube is not responsible for this. Pass it forward. Am I saying all the legal stuff I'm supposed to say? You're supposed to be 18 and over. And there was a question of which ones I did. So for the book, I did this one. I did this one. And this, oh, this book I only did two. It's this book that I did a lot more. So it's only these two this time around. This one and this one. But what have I done on my channel is I have done this pattern on my channel, this one. We have done this one on my channel. We have done that one because it was a pass it forward. We have done this one, I believe, did we do? Yeah, we did this one in Puerto Rico. And we're about ready to do this one with some groovy psychedelic cats. Also, one last thing is you're missing the link. I don't know what happened. Something was deleted by Nightbot. So sorry, guys. Gina, before I go, just so you know, oh, there went the light again. Oh, now the light really went. My sewing room, it's got gremlins in it. I have this here, but Gina did send me, oh, you can't see it. She sent me some like turquoise. Can you see it a little bit here? Let's see. Okay, I don't know. We've lost light. Do you recognize this? Well, there you go. That's also in the backing. I didn't have enough of that. I only had a yard, so I had to improvise, and this was the perfect backing color for it, so that went into the quilt. I appreciate you all. I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to thank you for supporting my channel and being here and just everything else. But I have to go now. So take care. Bye-bye.